Welcome to another episode of If You Ain't Laughing, You Ain't Living podcast. I am your host, Comedian Doc, and I just came to journey with you today about a couple of things. We're going to rattle on and have a little fun. We're going to talk about different things that's relatable to everybody, and we might even have a little laughter in between because you have to laugh nowadays. It's so important. But I was thinking of several things. One thing about me, let me share with you all who I am. I am a person that loves to inspire, to uplift and motivate people on any level that I can. I'm also a person that literally loves everyone. I don't have a favorite color. I don't have a favorite genre of people. I just love people. So therefore, I love sharing to all people. And I know there's so many different things that's relatable to us that we have no idea if we just take the time to get to know each other. I was thinking about how important it is for us to leave room for error in your daily routine. You know, you have to leave room for error. And the reason why I say that, and I share this with people, because I think it's important not to set yourself up for failure. Sometimes we can get so certain that we are in control of our day, we are in control of our situation, we are in control, total control of how our life is going to go. And that's so far from the truth. Because when you have that type of mentality and you feel as though you govern your entire life, your entire program, and the first time something happens that offsets your thought process, it puts you in a traumatic state of mind, and it can offset the way you operate with your family and how you deal with other people. So I want to kind of just get you to understand to leave a little room and error in your daily routine, in your program. You know, if you got it lined up from A to Z every single day and it goes just the way you planned it, that's a great day. But if you have it lined up and when you get to letter N, something went wrong, you had a flat tire. A flat tire can literally throw off your entire day and how you interact with whatever it is that you do and the people that you do it with, because you didn't leave room for error. So I often tell people, always leave a little room just in case something don't go the way you planned it, because that flat tire can actually happen. It happened to me last week on my way to the studio. Woke up thinking I had my day planned, and I got dressed and I go outside and my truck is sitting like a lowrider. And I had to deal with that. It offset my entire schedule. But because in my mind I left a little room for anything to happen that could possibly offset the way I have things planned, it didn't bother me mentally. It didn't affect me emotionally. I just jumped right into trying to rectify the problem. I made contact with the people I had to deal with. And this is what we have to do. So I see it very often, and some of you can relate to what I'm saying, because some of us just think we have total control of our being, and we don't. I'm sorry if that's a bit of bad news for you, but you might as well hear it from me. You do not have control like you think you do, and I really want you to start taking a look at that, because the moment that God comes and visits you and reminds you of that, it may not be so comfortable to remind you that He is in charge of everything. He just allows us to do a lot of things that we want to and that we ask of. But just remember, you're not in control. You kind of coasting along and navigating and doing what He allows you to do. Sometimes when you also be advised and to let you know that also leaves, when I say leave room for error, I mean on your job, in your house, with the children, in church, and anything that you do, leave a little room that could that would probably make you scratch your head and take a second look. I had a situation, and I live by what I say, so I always leave some room for something not to go the way I planned it. And I'm glad I do that, because I had something recently happen to me. I don't quite understand it, didn't understand it, still don't understand it. However, I walked away from it perfectly fine, simply because I know I'm not in control, and I leave that little space for something that could possibly not go the way I want it to go, and that helped me jump right back into being in a good space, so I don't have a negative energy or with other people, because you're still gonna interact. So you don't want to have to come home to your wife and you fussing and Your children can feel it. You fussing at them, and really it's all because of what happened to you earlier. So my experiences reminded me of how important it is to follow what the scripture says about being steadfast and immovable. That's so important to plant your feet and know that what you believe in and who you believe in. And when you operate in that space, on that level, it's so much peace come along with that when you obey that operation steadfast. Even though it's not going the way I wanted to, I still trust in you, God. Even though I didn't get the promotion, I still thank God for a job. So those kind of things are what I'm talking about. Also, since we're talking, I just want to kind of remind of people that's over 50. I want to have a conversation with you for a second. If you're over 50 years old and you look as good as I do, you may look good, but your body may be a little bit different than what you think it is. If you're over 50, just remind yourself that you're over 50, and you may look good and you might be in a decent shape, but just don't get out there on the football field with them little 20-something-year-old guys, and because it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a EMS situation. It's gonna be a hospital visit situation. If you get out there and you try to get on the defensive line with these young, strong studs. You was once a strong stud, but you're not now. You're an old stud. And you need to stay in your old place. So they got a line for the young ones, and they got a line for the old ones. I'm encouraging you, don't get on that young line with that, oh, I got you, oh, I can handle it. I used to do that. Because what's going to happen is they're going to carry you in one EMT truck, one paramedic vehicle, then they're going to carry your body in another one. That's how bad it's going to be, because you just can't. When one of them young boys hit you with that new strength that they got a new strength out there for these young. You see it on TV, these football teams, these young kids are animals. They born 5'2". They come out, their mama won 113, 114 pounds. So don't put yourself in a position to think that you can D up against one of these young boys. Same thing in this sport. A lot of men like sports. A lot of men like boxing sports. I like to take my hat off to the wife, to the woman that deal with the husband that loves boxing and he boxes as a sport, because especially when he always losing, for the wife that gotta always coddle the losing husband that can't never win a fight, he can't even be his sparring partner. That husband, you keep that woman, because every time you come home and she can't see your eyes and she gotta nurture them big lumps on your head, and she's still trying to tell you, baby, it's going to be okay, you keep that woman, because Doc is here to tell you it ain't going to be okay. You keep on letting them people beat you upside your head, and you keep coming home with your eyes swollen up and your lip hanging so far down, and you got to wait 3 weeks just to recoup, just so you can get ready for the next fight. I don't want to hurt your feeling, because, you used to look good, but we really ain't seen your real face in about 12, 13 years, because you still think you can box. Well, somebody should have told you can't box, but you're a good punching bag. I mean, you're real good because you don't really bob and weave like you're supposed to. Therefore, the contact keep hitting you. I just want to tell you, let's find something, another hobby, because it's time to get at a break while your membrane's still working, and your wife, she getting tired. She done ran out of Band-Aids and peroxide. She tired of getting alcohol, cotton swabs. She just tired of it. She wanted to just hold her husband. She wanted to see your real face. She want to talk to you with your head not swollen, and she tired of the bills coming in, and you still thinking you can box. So these are some of the things that I want to share with you about not doing. I mean, stay in your lane. Now, if you were that guy and you in your 50s and you got it, then let's just see how you can use it. But just remember, you heard it here on, if you ain't laughing, you ain't living. Doc tried to tell you, stay in your lane. I see it too often, especially on my journey. I meet a lot of people, and I see a lot of people who still think they got it. They feel good because all these pills they take from GNC. GNC got some pills that'll make you all warm and cuddly on the inside and make you feel like you can jump high you used to, and you can hit as hard as you used to. But, sir, that's a pill with some type of chemical in it, and it's kind of tricking you, because you can't really do that. The pill just designed to make you feel like you can. So I hope I ain't hurting nobody's feelings today, because this is not a sensitive comedy podcast. This is the real. If you ain't laughing, you ain't living. Stay away from GNC, because when you start getting real hot inside and you feel like you can jump through the roof and you go out there and playing basketball and you jump up and try to grab a goal and your hand gets stuck at the bottom of that net and you break 2 or 3 fingers, that should be a little warning sign that you weren't supposed to jump anyway. Your jumper days is over. You 57 years old, man, and you still wearing Converse when you was in high school. They got Jordans now. Why are you still playing basketball in Converse? They don't even make Converse no more like the ones you wear. So just this is stuff I want to help you with because I love helping people. You know, so many things I think about that can help us. And in light of everything, just remember to stay in your lane. That's all I'm saying. And in short, stay in your lane. As we get older, we have groups of people that we're supposed to grow with as we get older. We're supposed to help the young generation of people. And we're supposed to kind of be in our lane with our older folks because we're growing together, systematically, generation by generation. Stop visiting that generation that came 2 generations before you. Don't skip 2 generations and go back and try to hang out because they're going to lose you. Before you know it, they're going to have your Social Security check, your retirement check, your welfare check, your check card, anything with a check, they're going to have it because they're super smart. And you just 10,000 steps behind them. So I'm trying to help you today. And I know it's humorous because it is. It's funny that the fact that you think you're young. You dyeing your hair, you slicking it back with the Elvis Presley look. You got the sideburns, the Elvis Presley sideburns, which no disrespect to Elvis. I like Elvis, but I'm just saying his sideburns left when he left. So he's got to kind of leave that alone. And it's a new thing going on out here in the world, you know. It's a lot. It's a lot changing out here in the world. You know, and I want you to all to find something to laugh at, though. I want you to find your way to laugh at something because it's so important to laugh. Because I found something fun to laugh at all the time. Like, if you're that person that's wearing a face mask, if you got on one of those COVID face masks, and you ride in the car by yourself with that face mask on, something wrong with you. Like, you don't even need to be, like, something wrong with you because you shouldn't be in your car by yourself with the windows up with a face mask on. I think, like, you're pretty safe by yourself unless you might get COVID from your own self. I don't really know if that makes sense or not. But when I see that, I kind of scratch my head because I literally see people still with masks, and that's fine. You do what you need to do to protect yourself. But if you by yourself, all by yourself, you don't really need to wear a face mask. I don't think so. Again, unless you're trying to protect yourself from yourself. You know, life is full of embarrassing moments. I've had my share. And I'm going to share a couple with y'all because I'm transparent today. Have you ever went to somebody's house and, you know, they invited you over for dinner, but you got to use the bathroom? And when you go to the bathroom, and whatever business you take care of in the bathroom, you just got to take care of business. But then they toilet get stopped up and about overflow. They toilet like right to the edge. But you don't want to embarrass the family because everybody out there and you can't find a plunger. Now you got some stuff spinning around in the toilet. You praying that it just go down a little bit. I mean, that ever happened to you? Because it happened to me. And in that moment, I was like, wow, I don't want to bring, like they invited us over for dinner. I don't want to bring them in the bathroom with me and see what I had before I came over here to eat again. I mean, it just wasn't a good look. But thank God for the power of prayer, because you wash that water. You wash the water hoping it go down just a fragment a little bit. What do? Do you flush it again? Do you flush the toilet again and just know it's going to overflow? Now you got a bigger mess than you ever imagined. Or do you just pray and just wait? So, you know, while you sit in the bathroom for an hour and 20 minutes and everybody ate dinner, went outside and played, you still looking at this stuff spinning around, hoping to go down. Sooner or later, you're going to have to address it. That's just one of the things that happened to me. And I'm not ashamed to say that. And it might happen to you, so don't be talking about me. Because one day you might be trapped in your friend's bathroom and some stuff spinning around and you about to overflow the toilet. That's so embarrassing. They'll never invite you back. Let's just say that. Things that just sometimes just can embarrass you. You know, like, I want to say this to all the people who are older. If you're older and you don't have no teeth, that's fine. What I would love for you to stop doing, because it's kind of throwing me off a little bit, is please stop walking around with that toothpick in your mouth. You ain't got no teeth, so I don't even understand why you walking around with that toothpick. You can't, ain't nothing you can do with it. I don't know if that's just a habit, and if it is, okay, I got you. But if you're trying to pick something out your gum Yeah, you don't need to visit a dentist. You need to visit a mental health specialist because you are really confused if you think you're going to dig some meat out your gums. Uh, that's just some of the stuff that's coming off the top of my head that I be thinking about. I want to just share that with you because I care about you and I love you and I want you to laugh because if you ain't laughing, you ain't living. So if this has helped you in some type of way, please tap into the station. Enjoy yourself. Share with your loved ones. Invite them to come over and watch this comedian doc on this If You Ain't Laughing, You Ain't Living podcast. And tap in. You can always reach me on email, Jermaine, Jermaine, the number 1, right, WRIGHT, 73@gmail.com if you want to contact me. I do stand-up comedy. I am a clean comedian. By all means of the word clean. I am a clean comedian. And if you're looking for someone to come to your town, your city, your state, and make your church laugh, make your family laugh, I do weddings. Funerals is something new for me because I don't think there should be a comedian at a funeral. But, you know, if you want it, I bring it to you. So, that's a joke. That's a joke. But you never know, depending on how much you want to spend. Because, I mean, if your money, you want to spend that kind of money, I might wake them back up with the jokes because we're going to have a good time. You never know. So, hey, I love you all. Thank you for tuning in to this show, this segment of You Ain't Laughing, You Ain't Living. Hope to see you soon. God bless.